Commander Zara Chun stood on the bridge of the UES Defiance, watching the holographic display flicker with incoming transmission requests from 17 different galactic species. 3 months ago, these same species had been laughing at humanity's quaint attempts at diplomacy. Now they were begging for an audience. The transformation had begun with a single incident on Europa Station. The Valkyrie ambassador, a 7-foot insectoid creature with prismatic wings, had publicly dismissed humanity as barely evolved primates during the Galactic Council session. His chittering laughter had echoed through the chamber as he proposed that Earth be designated a protected nature preserve for the galaxy's amusement. What the Valkyrie didn't know was that Dr. Sarah Kim had been listening from the observation deck. Dr. Kim, who had spent 15 years developing humanity's first viable quantum consciousness transfer technology. Dr. Kim, whose research had been repeatedly rejected by the Galactic Science Consortium as impossibly primitive. Dr. Kim, who had just realized that every species in the galaxy had vastly underestimated what humans could do when properly motivated. She had walked calmly to her laboratory, accessed the classified military networks, and released her complete research files to every human colony, research station, and military vessel in known space. The message was simple. They think we're animals. Let's show them what angry animals can do. Within 48 hours, the first reports began filtering in. Human engineers on the mining colony of Kepler 442b had successfully transferred their consciousness into quantum-enhanced mechanical bodies, multiplying their strength and endurance 100-fold. The research team on Proxima Centauri had weaponized their terraforming technology, creating atmospheric processors that could strip a planet's breathable air in days rather than decades. But it was the breakthrough on Mars that truly changed everything. Dr. Elena Vasquez and her team had achieved something the galaxy considered impossible. They had successfully merged human consciousness with artificial intelligence, creating hybrid beings that could process information at quantum speeds while retaining human creativity and intuition. The galactic response had been swift and predictable. The Thraxi Empire deployed their infamous planet crackers toward the Sol system. The Crystalline Collective sent their mind control fleets. The Valkyrie launched their swarm ships, confident that their technology would overwhelm the primitive humans. They discovered their mistake when the human fleets met them in the void between star systems. The ships were wrong, too angular, too aggressive, moving in patterns that defied known physics. When the battle began, it lasted exactly 17 minutes. When it ended, the combined galactic force had been reduced to scrap metal and frozen corpses drifting in space. The humans hadn't just won. They had won so decisively, so brutally, that every major power in the galaxy immediately began reassessing their understanding of warfare itself. Commander Chun smiled grimly as she reviewed the tactical reports. The quantum-enhanced humans had predicted enemy movements with impossible accuracy. The AI-human hybrids had hacked enemy systems in real time during combat. Most terrifying of all, the consciousness-transferred soldiers had fought with a complete absence of fear, knowing that death merely meant transfer to a new body. "Commander," her communications officer called out, "we're receiving a priority transmission from the Galactic Council. They're formally requesting a ceasefire." "Are they?" Chun replied, studying the tactical display. 3 more human fleets were converging on key galactic trade routes. Another 12 were moving toward the capitals of the species that had voted to preserve Earth. What are their terms? Full recognition of human sovereignty. Immediate admission to the Galactic Council with permanent seat status. And, the officer paused, checking the message again, reparations for the cultural misunderstanding. Chun nodded slowly. Humanity had been angry for exactly 72 days. In that time, they had revolutionized 3 major fields of science, developed weapons that made galactic superpowers obsolete, and demonstrated that underestimating a species' potential could be a fatal mistake. "Send a reply," she commanded. "Tell them we'll consider their terms after we finish our current demonstration of human diplomatic capabilities." Outside the viewports, another enemy fleet began to burn.